All right. Whenever you guys are ready, we'll start. Okay. Jesus, you're really amazing. Thank you for today. Thank you for goodness. Thank you that we can just walk to the local superstore and we have access to general food and drinks that we don't have to worry about if this is going to break the bank, if this is going to put us on ends. Thank you for your blessings. Thank you for your generosity. May we share that generosity with the rest of the world. Reveal to us on how to do that. As we read the writings of the ancients, the fear of either going hungry or going thirsty or of war, where a lot of the world is in. Reveal to us, Jesus, remind us on where we're at so that we can always share. And we look forward to the kingdom feast, for you declare us good and we'll all be feasting together. So please reveal to us what it means to the ancient writings, or ancient audience, and in turn what it means in the light of your death and resurrection. Wonderful awesome name. Amen. Okay. Okay, I need you to super hydrate before playing though, okay? These are the words. Huh? Deuteronomy. If you open up Discord, I'll share it.
Or you can just come in here.
He's watching the fire. Deuteronomy chapter 1, verses 1 through 45. Moses begins his last sermon. These are the words Moses spoke to all Israel the other side of the Jordan. In the steep near Suf, between Paran and Tophel, Laban, Hazeroth, and Dizabahab, it is 11 days from Horeb by way of Mount Seir to Kadesh Barnea. In the 14th year, on the first day of the 11th month, Moses spoke to the Israelites in accordance with everything Yahweh commanded him for them. After he had struck down Sihon, king of the Amorites, who lived in Heshbon, and Og, king of Bashan, who lived in Ashtaroth and Edrei, the other side of the Jordan in Moab, Moses undertook to expound this teaching. Yahweh our God himself spoke to us at Horeb. You have been staying at this mountain for a long time. Set off. Get yourself on the move. Go to the mountains of the Amorites and all their neighbors in the steep, the mountain country, the slopes, the Negev, the sea coast, the country of the Canaanites, and the Lebanon, as far as the great river, the river Euphrates. See, I have put the country in front of you. Go and take possession of the country Yahweh promised to your ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to give to them their offspring after them. The rest of the chapter reviews the story of Israel's journey from Horeb to Kadesh. This coming Saturday, I am taking part in a service in which the Episcopal Diocese of Los Angeles expresses its regret and contrition for the way we have treated African Americans. The church to which I belong was founded to provide a place where the white members of the big church in town could send their black servants. It is not the only church in the diocese that made clear in the early 20th century that black people were encouraged to go somewhere else, to form their own congregation. Hardly anyone alive today was personally involved in those events, yet they are part of our history. I was not even in Los Angeles until a decade or so ago, but by becoming part of the diocese, I become part of its history. And I have to come to terms with it, not least because it continues to have its effect on the present. So I shall join in expressing my contrition for what we did a century ago. In Requiem for a Nun, part novel, part play, William Faulkner has one of his characters say, "The past is never dead. It's not even past." Faulkner dealt with overlapping themes in the earlier novel, Go Down Moses. Significantly, this novel concerned race relations in the United States. In a speech during his presidential campaign, Barack Obama took up these themes and, in effect, urged the people of the United States to decide that the time had come to let the past be the past. There is always politics in the Bible. Whenever you deal with calling groups of people to live a certain way, you're speaking politics. Yep. Let's look up what does politics mean. So politics. It's actually a combined word if I remember right. It's like poly. Does poly mean in try to remember what it means. City. So poly. So city mean etymology. Do you remember what politics mean? You remember politics for me? I'm trying to remember. It's been a while. Etymology. Science and art of government. From politics, the political state of a country or government. From Old French politique and medieval Latin politica, see politic, the plural form probably was modeled on Aristotle's Ta Politica, affairs of state, plural, the name of his book on governing and governments, which was English mid-15th century. I mean, I showed where I was researching, so it's pretty much literally cited for me looking it up. So yeah, so Scripture calls us to engage first, to rein in our desires, give them to Yahweh, and also calls us to love our neighbors and be part of systems of restoration. The Bible is extremely political. Jesus is extremely political. Like he literally, like the politics of his day killed him because how political he was. Well, of course, this right here, this is commentary. This is not in the Bible. This is added thoughts. Did you not know? So when we read this part, this is the Bible. When we read this part, this is yeah. Yep, and this is John Goldengate's thoughts. All right. In a speech during his presidential campaign, Barack Obama took up these themes and, in effect, urged people in the United States to decide that the time had come to let the past be the past. In what the Torah presents as the last, greatest, and certainly longest speech of his life, Moses begins by urging Israel not to forget its past. The story goes that Winston Churchill was once asked how long it took to prepare a speech. It depends on how long the speech is to be, he said. For a 2-minute speech, he would like 2 days' notice. For a half-hour speech, he would like a half hour's notice. For a 2-hour speech, he is ready now. Moses here begins a final speech that would take rather more than 2 hours to deliver. You may think it unlikely that he actually delivered the speech in this form. It constitutes a systematic account of Israel's faith and life at this crucial moment in the story, when Israel stands on the edge of the promised land. It sums up what it is going to mean to be Israel. So remember everything we read from Exodus on? Moses is going to recount their story, how Yahweh saved them from, what did Yahweh? Well, he saved them from Egypt, right? Slavery. And his mighty work, them having a marriage ceremony, making a covenant. He's like, if you do what's right, you'll be blessed. If you don't, exile is on its way. But if you turn your head, bless, like Yahweh being a compassionate God, will see you and care for you. So, like earlier sections of the Torah, it relates to questions that are not going to rise for a long time, such as choosing a king and distinguishing between true and false prophets. Sometimes it constitutes another run at issues the Torah has already covered, such as dealing with indentured servants and celebrating the annual pilgrimage festivals. Over the centuries, the Holy Spirit guided the community into handling issues in changing ways as circumstances change, and in response to new questions that arose that were not issues in Moses' day. These constituted ways of understanding faith and life that were in keeping with Israel's life, as it was at the beginning in Moses' day. They are expressed as if Moses himself proclaimed them, but Deuteronomy pictures Moses speaking to the people, the other side of the Jordan. In other words, the author lives this side of the Jordan, in Canaan. By the time Deuteronomy was written, Israel is part of the Assyrian Empire, and its expressions of Israel's faith and life makes use of a bit of experience from that time. The Assyrians has a set way of formulating treaty relationships between them and their underlings, and Deuteronomy formulates a covenant relationship between God and Israel as if it were one of those treaties. That's interesting. In due course, the treaties go on to state. Are you scratching my chair? Okay. In due course, the treaties go on to state the basic stance that the underling needs to take to the Assyrian king and to lay down some concrete examples of what submission to him involves. And Deuteronomy will do this regarding God's expectation of Israel. Before that, the treaties give some account of relationship in the recent past between the Assyrian king and the underling, which provides background to what will follow. This is also where Deuteronomy begins, with a summary of the story since Sinai that forms background to the expectations laid out in subsequent chapters. Deuteronomy refers to the content of Moses' address as this teaching, using the word Torah. Translations traditionally use the word law, but beginning with an account of what has been happening in the past indicates that the Torah includes more than that. One might have expected it to start with the distant past, with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, or with the Exodus, and will refer to them. Starting with the moment the people left Horeb, another name for Sinai, has particular significance for the people on the edge of Canaan and for people in later centuries who hear Deuteronomy read. The Torah expects them to live in light of what God did at Horeb Sinai, but they were not present there. They did not hear God speak. Here Moses makes the link between them and the Sinai generation. It is as if God said to us at Horeb that it was time to leave there and make our journey to the promised land. Deuteronomy 1 thus summarizes the story read in Numbers, though it gives its own slant to it. As you do when you retell a story, it puts even more emphasis on the people's responsibility for what happened on that journey. In verses 11 through 18, Moses speaks of the pressure placed on him by the burden of leading them and commissions them to choose some further leaders. Verses 19 to 36 make it the people's idea to send the scouts to reconnector the country. Did I say that word right?
Reconnoiter.
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 Make a military observation of a region.
Reconnoiter.
Reconnoiter. As a
Reconnoiter.
reconnoiter. Make it the people's idea to send the scouts to reconnoiter the country. Verses 37 makes explicit that it is the pressure they place on Moses that leads to his incurring God's anger and the declaration that, like them, he will not enter Canaan. The generation on the edge of Canaan, and each subsequent generation, is thus challenged to accept responsibility for its trust in God. It needs to be wary of thinking it can pass responsibility to its leaders. God makes a covenant with the community as a whole. Moses speaks to all Israel. When verse 8 says, I have put the country in front of you, the I is apparently God, even though the next sentence refers to God in the third person. This alternating recurs in Deuteronomy. It is also common in the prophets. Moses and the prophets speak for God and about God, and they can switch easily between the two ways of speaking. All right, that is really good. That's a lot to take in. And so, well, let's leave it at that. We could go ahead and start, and we'll be on until we got a dip. Hey, Justin.
Hello. Did you just get back here short ago?
Well, I'm still working, but we're reading, but we just got the ring, and now we're now.
Because I said you were AFK for a bit, so
Yeah. Well, we went to go get food. Pay attention. Oh yeah, so flying is connected. Movement speed is connected to flying speed. All right, are you guys going to PvP? Okay.
We're not. He's attacking the W.
Okay, I need you guys to ask before starting, okay?
Yeah, we were fighting it.
Okay. Let's make sure to be in practice to ask.
Yeah.
Is that something you want to do, Char? Do you want PvP? All right.
Yeah.
So when either of you guys are done PvPing, you communicate to the other that you're done PvPing.
Yeah, we were planning on just doing 1v1.
Okay.
We're gonna do class air if he wants to keep fighting the threat.
All right.
So Charlie, after you decide to do anything more.
All right. So I defeated 3 of these side bosses. So let's I feel like I'm almost done with Rogue Legacy.
Yeah, you're going a lot faster than I ever did in that game. Like I never actually got past the first boss. Even though I unlocked a lot of the stuff, it's just because I'm not really very good at it.
It's a hard game. It is a very hard game. Oh. So my guy does not see pain. Like, I don't know what my hit numbers are.
Rip. Also, I see your mana regenerate, so
Yeah, so it's the actual. So you have a dragon, class,
yeah.
and so it's like you're limited to flying, and you can't swing. You just literally have a fireball.
Yeah.
But it's not bad, the fact that once you start, especially once you get movement speed, because since it says movement speed is attached to. All right, I need to get some health. So I don't know what it's at. I got hit a few times already. Ooh.
Yeah, maybe instead of the balance, yeah, if you're playing with that class, say you'll want to swap to the just pure health
Yeah, I wonder if
healing.
pure health, like, if it does more than balance.
I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah.
Like in total, like overall. Because it's like one balance is 1 mana, 1 health.
Hmm.
And since you're getting mana regenerated anyways, you're not
Yeah.
getting much benefit out of that.
I'm pretty much just always assuming that I'm on the edge of death. Huh. Yeah. I'm not gonna try getting them. Ooh.
And then there's the miner, which boosts the gold output drastically.
Yeah, it's just like it's hard to kill things when your damage is at a pitiable state.
You just go hunt chests.
Well, oh, sorry, I got hit. Interesting. Now I'm contemplating, do I want to play Rogue Legacy 2 after this?
Well, that's up to you, my friend.
You say Rogue Legacy 2 is pretty good though?
I've heard good things, like it's just outright better than Rogue Legacy 1 in a lot of ways.
Man. Gosh darn it. See if I could just zoom past them. Oh my gosh.
Also, it looks like your the magic stat is most important for that class and not strength, so...
Yeah.
I think there's a Spellblade one. Might not have it yet.
Yeah, I have this spell. The Spell Thief.
Yeah. I think they're really fun too, from what I remember. I'm surprised you're not doing anything about crit.
Well, it's if I play the Hokage, where there is no crits.
But that's only one. The rest do, so...
Yeah, then I might as well just add damage because they both can then benefit from damage.
But crit's pretty actually important for most of their damage for most of everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Is that retaliation?
Mm-hmm. tortures always get me. So I'm testing out. I think it's literally if I have my headset on, if I have a headset connected to the device, it will create that feedback noise on my stream.
Oh.
Because when I didn't have anything for a while, I didn't do that. But the moment I even got the replacement headset, it still did. It did it again.
Oh.
So I think I'm not having any headset on. I'm going to see if it's going to break. If it doesn't even break into my stream, if not, then that tells me that I can't have any monitor headset on with the for stream. Huh.
Back to the
I see.
basic USB headset like I have, where you
Yeah.
have that right.
But that is like, you know, not connected to the
Yeah.
soundboard though.
I mean, it's you have a headset, or you have a broken stream. That's the case.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to contact them. I'm first testing it to make sure, see if it does it again. Then I'm hoping they could patch that out.
And don't forget with that class, you can cycle your spells.
Yeah.
Fortunately, it looks like you don't have any spells that's useful for just crowd.
No crows. My favorite spell in the game. Oh. Yeah, I don't have. Cost 2,800 to unlock that. I don't have the money for that. Oh, have it for that. Yes, Char? Where are you going to be looking up? You're going to look up a weapon? What weapon? Did you hydrate up, Char? Okay. Oh my gosh. Yes, Char? Just? JUSD? WONDERING. Right? Gosh dang it, my brain. Yeah. Don't you love how you psych your brain out? Like, is that how it actually is spelled?
Right.
How you doing, Justin?
Iredish.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, I just been off.
So yeah, I'll bring my laptop with me tonight. Feel like doing anything.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you get a lot of mana from getting them. Wow.
Oh. Oh, stay still. Oh. Get double jump equipped. Or just fly. Everything costs 2,000. Faster. Health. See, the Hokage is my favorite though, because it's just like it does the amount of damage that my other classes do when they get crits. What's up, Logan?
You're still on for you.
I think I'm like one or two bosses away from being in the game.
I said, even though you're still on.
We took a moment and did a dinner run. Safeway. Ah. Darn it. There we go. Ah. Oh, I see. Missed it down right there. Oh my god. retribution.
Lado. Hurry up, Logan.
No response. Sorry there, Justin. I didn't know I could bring mine down to this one HP. That's funny.
Well, you just entered hardcore mode effectively. Also, I think you can fight the side bosses again.
No, you can only find them once. Oh, the mimic. Forget about. Be prepared for those. No, I did it to myself. I only have myself to blame. Maybe should have got that one, but that's.
Yeah.
Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah.
I was just changing volume so I could hear you guys better. Thanks for responding. Not gonna know. You know, as volume in this room increase, but I'm not wearing headphones.
Understandable fears.
Just keep getting the
Rip.
headshot curse. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. Oh.
All right, I'm gonna go for now.
Okay.
Talk to you once you're back.
Everything okay, friend?
Yeah, like I said, I'm tired. I just probably lay down for a bit. Hopefully, I'll wake up though. The tiredness is because I was up and awake. Who would have thought?
I'm
Just
sorry, man.
being tired for being tired.
Being tired for being tired's sake.
Yep.
Okay.
Talk to you later.
All right. See you later, friend. Oh my gosh. All right, Charlie, leaving about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, okay? No. All right. Catch you guys a little later.